everyone, welcome back to another exciting episode of Attack Protection Time. Back up joined again by Jason, as today we go over another matchup. Like always, just buttons down below. Feel free to click on the there for a reason. But this is kind of like a rematch from last week. Today I am playing, once again, the Gohan Trunks. And Jason's brought back Gohan, but this time he brought back the skillless Gohan. What's going on, Jason?
What's going on?
So, this is a deck I do love. And you took a different approach on it, which I would not be ballsy enough to do. But I understand. You play less of the... We already see your hand. You have like black cards you play. So you have like the Shinron Unison, which works great with skillless battle cards. I have bad luck. when this deck first came out, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna put 2 Overwhelms. I'm gonna put 2 Champas because that's when that stuff was in the game. And I played the good Vegeta Super Combos because I wasn't thinking about it, and I should have just played the Zenos. But my first like random charge off the top of the deck was a black card, and I'm like, that just shut me down.
Yeah, like it definitely shuts you down pretty quickly. However, me switching out the Unisons, even though it is black, I figured out a way around that fairly easy. That doesn't really seem to hurt me a whole lot. I do run 5 black cards, 4 of them the Unison, and then I run 1 Goku Path to Power. And then I have the Gohan promo for this deck. I run 4 of. So once I do play us from my energy to awaken early, I don't do it again for the rest of the game. Not unless I absolutely have to.
Yeah, and I noticed that when we were playing because I think we're only on our turn 1s right now, which is kind of the amount of I played Gohan Trunks. I prefer going second. And I only prefer going second because that way I don't have to waste energy on turn 2 for playing the Zeba extra card here, like I'm just doing now. Yes, you can get swing the leader, immediately get the awaken off and then reset energy. I just like, if I go second on my attack, I Z charge, and then I can pay that 1 energy to establish this card, and then on my turn 2, I can use the energy more efficiently. But I did notice, like on your turn 2, when we get to it, that's what you did. You focus more on that promo card, which is really good.
Yeah, that card is crucial for this deck. It definitely makes it run a lot smoother. And I can take out all the other cards that are originally for this deck that helps you awaken as well. That way I can actually put some good blue stuff in the deck.
Yeah. Now, we did talk about, you do play, I know you said you played for the Vegeta, because Vegeta is also in the game, if I recall correctly.
Actually, I run 3 of them, but yeah.
Yeah. So like, you do have those options there in case you need to do, like you said, it's almost like a last case scenario. Like, I know you play, was it Goku? Is it Path to Power? It's the black Goku from EB. I can't remember what that set was called.
Yeah, Path to Power. Yeah, I definitely don't remember what set it's from, but yeah, I definitely run 1. It's just too good of a card not to run it.
Yeah. And we're about to see you kind of get that play off where you kind of do get to play it, which just makes it really good. Like for you going turn 2, I think the promo is 20 or 25. The skillless you're going to play is also a 20k. You're going to wake on the leader, have 15k. So you have the ability to clear my board and then just focus on my leader if you wanted to. And with your leader's ability, mixed with the awaken and with your attack, restand both of your energies. I think he's restand 1, draw 1.
Yeah. No, he's draw 2.
Is he just draw 2? Okay. Yeah, you just did. Okay.
Yeah.
But the ramp, though, doesn't play in rest mode. So, like, you have an active energy there. You swing with leader. You get the other thing there. So, like, you have the way of it just establishing what you need to establish. And here you use the energy to play Unison, which is good because it gives your skillless double strike.
It does.
Which is kind of scary.
Yeah, so that's why I love running this Unison. One, I get to draw a card on the +1, and give my skillless double strike. And then the leader, I can activate battle to give it an extra 5K. So a majority of my skillless are 25K double strike.
Yeah, which it changes the focus. So like if you get me down to a ideally 5 life, 3 life is kind of when you want to swing those double strikes. It puts more of a pressure. It's like, oh, I'm not going from 5 to 4. I'm going to, 5 to 3 or 3 to 1. And in this case, because like whenever I'm at 2 life, I'm like, oh, I'll just make sure I negate or I'm ready to go into that attack. But like when you focus around the 2 life, it gets really pressure heavy. But you did put me from 6 to 4.
Yeah, I definitely like that extra pressure.
And the other ability, it bounces it back to your hand, right? To pop a card? Is that what you did? Or bottom deck a card?
Yeah, bottom deck's a card.
Yeah, so like I completely forgot that was a thing for the promo until just now I realized, oh wait, 2 cards are gone.
Yeah, because that promo is so good. A lot of times, like at first I was so involved just to play it, just so I can play the skillless to awaken, that I always forget the second activate main.
Yeah. So one of the great things about Gohan Trunks is it also, for very cheaply, can not spam the board, but get in multiple attacks. And I don't really need to focus on attacks on your battle cards because I have other ways of doing them. For example, this Gohan right here on the board for 1 energy resands itself, gives it double strike, and then I can neg a unison or a battle card by 20k. So I did,
which is really good.
Yeah. So I managed to kind of get rid of your unison, and then just by resending the Gohan, I kind of put you in a situation where here I'm kind of going up now. It's 20, 30, 35 crit. I think I have it set to 35 double strike crit now.
Yes. And I think I end up blocking the attack here or negating it or something.
No, you're.
No, I don't take it.
No, you have to use some resources. And I was like, oh, I'm at 35. And you're like, oh, and you end up have to use another Ultra Instinct Kamehameha just to get out of it, which I'm glad. And technically, you get out of the crit hits, and that's one less crit card that I can use because the way this, I think I play 3 of these Trunks, which could give my leader or Gohan or Trunks future crit ability. But I did just follow it up with a Broly, and you just got rid of crit, which I think is a good solution to that. You get the damage to add to your hand instead of to your drop, and you know what? I get a draw of it. It's fine.
Yeah. If it wasn't crit, I probably would have just taken the double strike. But yeah, I don't want to take for this deck. I don't want to take a lot of crit because it'll definitely hurt me.
So I pointed out here in our match, I was really thrown off when you played a 15k skillless 2-drop, and I know you have other ways of pulling certain cards and whatnot in your deck.
Yes, I do. So the reason why I run the Goten, I also have Trunks too. His also 15k. But the reason why I run those is because they're also Earthlings. And I run the Son Goku and Oob card to where I can grab those skillless out of my deck. I think was it top 5?
Yeah, it's top 5. You're talking about the World Tournament. Now,
yeah,
I will say, because I didn't think about it in our matchup when you told me about that, but the Trunks 20k skillless and I think the Gohan 20k skillless also have the Earthling tag on them.
They do.
Yeah, okay. This just gives you more targets to kind of pull from.
Yeah, because I was just running the Trunks and the Super Saiyan Goten or Gohan, but because you only have 4 of each, so it's 8. I was running into problems where I wasn't getting a skillless off the top 5, so I ran 2 more Gotens to make up the difference, and then after that, I didn't have a whole lot of problems finding the skillless.
And I was so happy you ramped the super combo off that. This is also one of the situations where you counter window 1, counter window 2 comes in handy. You activate the skill to play your skillless, and I didn't resolve the Gohan counterplay until after you had played it because of kind of one of two properties.
Hmm.
Because like if I would have played Gohan first, you could have choose not to have played the battle card, and I would just had to neg the other one it's already attacked.
Right.
And here, a Trunks I barely ever use, but in this case it does come in handy because that peel off my shoe, you could just pop one of my combo pieces. But here I can neg one of your cards by 5k. And I kind
Yeah.
of yeah, and I negged it by yeah, and
Yeah.
I don't want to apply too much pressure um to your leader unless I really want to get that damage in this case right here. Now he's a double strike. You're at 5 like I kind of had mentioned earlier. I'm going to now swing that double strike into your lead.
Yeah. I can't.
Oh no, I forgot. I'm gonna do some pokey stuff first, kind of just whittle you down.
Yeah, and that's why I negate and blocker that one because I was anticipating the double strike.
Yeah. So here I'm just swinging the Trunks, who's just dual attack, and then has the ability for 2 energy active main, or I can use my leader's ability twice to reduce the cost by 2, to restand it again and neg another card out by 30. Here I'm like I said, I'm just trying to either will your hand down or just get you to get rid of additional negates.
Yeah, that Broly card is really good.
Yeah, I know it's one. I know you're a big fan of the original deck as was I, but yeah, like outside of that deck, that card is just good for 1 energy, 25k crit, and then you draw a card.
Yeah, and it also gives your leader overwhelm too for the turn, right?
Overlord.
Overlord. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
My bad.
but that's how you get that's how you get the draw off it.
Yeah, that's so good. Yeah, I think at this point, I had a few cards in hand, but none. I didn't see any of my like Goku Oobs. I didn't see any of my Goku Black or my Piccolo.
Yeah,
Like I just didn't see any good cards at this point in the game.
yeah. I know, like you did come off at Oob early on, but yeah, outside that, you have not seen much of that. And I have the Z energy for you to establish that Oob very easily if it's the 8 drop.
Yeah,
Good old explosive dance. It's one of those negates that is slowly becoming kind of like what Dormant used to be. So now, if you want to attack with your skillless, who is a 25k because the path to power increases by 5k, you have to get rid of at least 25 power of cards from your Z energy just to get that attack out. Now, you can't attack your leader.
okay, yeah. I was just setting up a blocker here because I think my hand was dwindling at this point, so I just wanted to get at least a blocker out and then maybe restand an energy just in case.
Yeah. And bringing back that negate to your hand can help you out for during my turn. Which is actually one of the good things about this deck, where the ability to kind of like bring stuff back to your hand to place another card down your energy. Those Vegetas, like they do proc the ability to play the skills, but they also allow you to bring it back and then hang on to it for a future negate.
Yeah. That's why I like this leader a lot. I mean, I know it's kind of old and a lot of people don't like it, but the fact that I can manipulate my energy the way that I want. So if I'm in a tight spot, I could put down a card and then to pick it up later when I actually need to use it.
It was one of the fun things when I played this deck against like hand control decks. I would sometimes just charge the card I need it for later down the road.
Right. That way you don't have to discard it.
Yeah. So going into my turn 5, I don't know what you're going through, but I feel very confident. I have plenty of Z energy. I have an equivalent dual attack on the second attack is a 20k, sorry, a double strike, a potential triple attack card, like I don't have to expend any resources really except for what's in my Z energy to get these attacks off. So that way, whenever I get done kind of with these 5 attacks, not including my leader, I now have energy to do whatever I want to do afterwards.
Right. Yeah, that Gohan and Trunks deck, especially like later on, man, it sets you up to just
Yeah.
go. It's really good.
So here I get rid of that Vegeta, so you can't combo it off now. And what's great about the 8-drop Trunks, I don't think I covered it earlier, but it does combo with a 1-drop Trunks from your drop as well, which initially could just recycle your stuff for you.
Right.
This little sneaky negate, man. It's literally once per game, but it's free as long as I think you have 3 or less life, and you're using this particular leader.
Yeah. And then
here I'm just double checking the card because I thought at first you had to pitch it, but I didn't see anywhere on the card it says that it goes to drop. You just negate the attack, play this card, or negate the attack, and then I think you could play a skillless from your hand if you had one.
Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't have one in my hand at the time.
It's probably smart you didn't, only because I could have possibly negged it back out.
True. Yeah, that's why I like the unison that I run too. Just because if I do end up getting neg and it does go to the drop area, I can just get it back on my next turn if the unison is out. Oh, that SER, that overround dude is amazing.
Just getting you to a point where you feel like you were in a good spot. I just slam it to the ground. I'm like, yeah, that's it, man. And I think we talked about like if you somehow had something else for that, which I don't think you had a hand at that point. I think that was like your last like hurrah. I had the Vegetas in my Z deck as well.
Yeah. You definitely had it.
Oh yeah. That's today's matchup. Thank you for tuning in. Keep minding those buttons, links down below. And like always, bye.